Hello, everybody, and welcome to the end of week 3 of this PvE season, S63. I am your host, ValorX77. How are we doing today? I don't see very many people in the chat. I guess everybody's just filing in now, which that's fine. We got a couple of games for you today. We also got primetime number 8 coming your way as well as we begin the final playoff push. But before we get into the games, I do have a little something to announce here. Don't worry, it's not a rebrand, but it is our cover athletes. Oh, whoa, hello. 145-person rate from Sean Curtis, 430. Hello. My goodness. Thank you so much. For those who are coming in here, this is the Pro Baseball Experience where you get to make your own player, do tasks to improve your player's stats. And it's a really fun thing. I'm one of the streamers here. I'm ValorX77. So, before we get underway with the broadcast, we are going to begin with our cover athletes. So, let me get that up for you. Slideshow, start from the beginning. Okay, we're ready to switch this screen. Main stream, slides. Okay. And we're going to switch over to this. Make sure you do not see my setup. You briefly saw that for a second. Fair enough, Sean Curtis. Enjoy your meal. We got ourselves the S64 cover athletes for both conference. I have the privilege and the honor to reveal them to you guys. Yeah, thanks for the raid. Okay. 105 of you in the chat. Here we go. We're going to continue with our stuff. Thank you for the 230 individual PvE members of our community who turned in a vote for the S64 cover athletes. We're ready to reveal the top 3 of each conference, and we'll get to see who gets a nice new SIG shown on the website. We're going to start off with our batter. Batter got selected. In third place, we got Launch Angle from the Death Valley Scorpion, so congratulations on that. In second place, we have Grail Traveler of the Providence Crabs. And the winner of this, and gets to be the batter cover athlete for S64, will be. It's Bazooka Slow, the Outer Banks Aviator. So congratulations to Bazooka Slow. You're officially named as one of the cover athletes for next season. So let's get underway with our pitchers, shall we? But first, here are the voting results. They were determined by points. Launch Eagle got 162 points. Grail Traveler 178. Grail looks like Marshall Mathers. Oh yeah, the face gens you could actually do your own, but we had some weird anime ones that they don't come out right, so you'll see later. And Bazooka Slow 213 points. Let's get into our pitching staff for this one. The pitchers won. All right, in third place, representing the San Antonio Sloths, is Chad Innings-Eater. I'm just going to give you a heads up. This vote, I was looking at this earlier, was really close. First and second were separated, but not by much. In second place, it's going to go to a person for the Cancun Tours. It was Lizzie Woohoo who gets second place. And I'm telling you, the separation between second and first was not much. It was super close. In a tight first place, representing the Providence Crabs, it's Krabby Pebbles who wins the pitcher cover athlete for S64. And I'll show you what I mean by how close the ballot was. Chad Innings-Eater, 174 points. Lizzie Woohoo, 180. Krabby Pebbles, 183. 3 points separated by that. That is a very tight battle. And I think that is it. And congratulations once again to Bazooka Slow and Krabby Pebbles for winning the cover athlete nomination. So, and that is going to be it. So, hang on a second. Let me do a little switch over. And shut that off. Fix that. So now you will not see my screen. You will now see this. Okay. It's time to get into some games. I know we have a Majors primetime reading I have to read off real quick. But let's see what we have here from our stats team. Yep, this is for the Majors game, but that is not starting us off today. We have a minors game that we're going to start off with the Anchorage Wheelers and the California Firehawks. I sadly do not have a mod in here today. I wish I did. That's why I have the stream up. We got 90 of you in the chat today. That's really impressive. Okay, so here we go. We have the California Fire, two of the teams who have two of the best records in the minors so far this season. California having the best. We got Ivy Nurple starting on the mound with a 5-8 record with 5.88 ERA versus Massive Unit who has a 4-6 record with a 4.05 ERA. All right. So I think since I'm the only mod here, I could go set up something real quick. So I'm going to go into the mod view and we are going to be doing a prediction. I'm going to set up a prediction here for who's going to win this game. And I'm going to set this up for 10 minutes. Here we go. And here we go. I got a prediction up for you guys. We have ourselves a prediction here for this game. I'm going to do a who wins one. I'm going to keep this open until the end of the first inning. So go ahead and throw a little bit of money in there. Go ahead and throw some money. Submissions are up for 10 minutes. Prediction's going to remain open until the end of the first. I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit and see if y'all want to throw some channel points for. As I'm just going to look for a mod I can get for this. Sorry about that. I had to mute up my mic for a second because it's just checking a few things. But the batting matchup surprisingly mostly favors Anchorage despite the Firehawks having the better record. So perhaps that might persuade your way to get some your money in. But I think we'll be able to get it in here. Let's start with this game. Without further ado. California and Anchorage. Let's see. We start off with Keon Lenny, who's going to hit a fly ball. That's going to go over the center fielder's head. That's going to get down for a double. Next up is Chris Cash Jr., that's going to get down for a base hit. That Lenny's going to stop at third. Good throw there by the right fielder. Misty Morning coming up now. They're going to say cash to second, and the throw's not going to be in time. Same at bat we go. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Is that going to be deep enough to score the run? Yes, it will. Anchorage is quickly up 1-0. Rex Jordan coming up now. And they are going to send Chris Cash to third, and he's going to be safe. 39 stolen bases for him on the season. Same at bat we go. And it's a pass ball that's going to score Chris Cash Jr. from third. Make it a 2-0 Anchorage lead. Same at bat. And he's going to draw a walk. Massive unit, struggling a lot to Robin Banks. And that's going to be another stolen base. That is 3 stolen bases this inning. And finally, Robin Banks is going to strike out here. Hannibal Kingslayer. That's going to line it right to the first inning, and the damage is done. Anchorage gets 2 in the top of the first. Let's go bottom first. Ashton Fox gets the ball past the first baseman for a base hit. Rusty Menard. He's going to get hit. Oof. Not a good one to take there. Reminder, there's no injuries here in this league. And there's a pass ball that's going to move the runners up. Francisco Santana with a key opportunity to tie this up right here. And that's deep to right field. And kiss that baby goodbye for Francisco Santana. His 17th home run of the season. And just like that, the Firehawks have turned this game upside down. 3-2. Even Ashcraft. And he's going to get on an error. Bobbled there by the shortstop. Ethan Voss. That's going to get down for a base hit. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Slim Mahogany. Fly ball to center. Easily tracked there for the out. Matt Gamble. That's past the shortstop for a base hit. They try to aim for home. The throw's not going to be in time. It's going to be 4-2. Willard Bachman. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Is it going to be deep enough to score the run? That's going to be close. The throw is not going to be in time. It's going to be 5-2 now. Fedor Batsmith coming up now. And another pass ball is going to make this 6-2. Oh my goodness. A lot of scoring early in this game. And Batsmith, they're going to bat around here. Base hit for him. And Fox is already going to come up. And he gets a base hit here. The Firehawks have batted around in the first. I've never seen that happen before. Rusty Menard's going to strike out here. Finally end a nightmarish inning for the Wheelers. 6 earned runs. Braden Verity, fly ball to right's going to be easily tracked there for the out. Jimmy Sachs, grounded to third, easily there for the out. Okay, it's the end of the first. I got to close up this prediction real quick. Let's see here. As we get a strikeout there from Kilgore, and that's going to go to the top of... We're going to go bottom second here with Francisco Santana coming back up. He had the 3-run shot earlier, but he grounds out to the second baseman. Next up is going to be a double there for Ashcraft. That's going to land right in left field. Ethan Voss, that's going to be a fly ball to left, but easily tracked there for the out. All right, predictions are closed. Slim Mahogany, that's going to be a pass ball. Ivy Nurple is struggling. Despite allowing 6 runs, only 3 of them were earned. It's going to be a ground out there that's going to end the inning. We go top of the third. Back to Keon Lenny, the leadoff hitter for Anchorage. He's going to line it right to the second baseman for the first out. Chris Cash Jr. coming up now. That's big credit. But the second baseman bobbles it. It's going to be an error there. Charge to Bachman. Misty Morning now coming up. But, oh! Cash Jr. just got nailed there, stealing second. It's 2 outs. Morning is going to get one past the second baseman for a base hit. He's having a rough day. Rex Jordan coming up now. That's hammered. Deep left field. If that stays fair, it's going to get out of here. Yes, it is. Kiss that baby goodbye for Rex Jordan. A 2-run shot's going to cut the lead down to 2. Ooh. Robin Banks coming now facing a full count, and he's going to draw a walk. Hannibal Kingslayer. They're going to send Banks to second. He's going to easily steal second. Kingslayer grounds it right to the second baseman, and the 2 runs are the only thing that they're going to get. Gamble coming up now for the Firehawks. He's going to ground out right to the first baseman for the first out. Bachman coming up now. Grounded right to short. Easily relayed to first for the out. Here's Fedor Bat-Smith coming up now. That's over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Ashton Fox. And nobody there in the outfield. Looks like they're going to try to send Bat-Smith from first to home, and they will. It's going to be a 7-4 ball game. And Steve Skolmeyer's now in the game for Anchorage, but not a good start as he allows a 4-pitch walk to Rusty Menard. Santana coming up now, but gets a key strike out of him to limit the damage to only 1 run. Top of the 4th we go with Verity, and that's hit well to right, but easily tracked there for the out. Jimmy Sachs coming up now. That's going to be a base hit past the infield gap. He's got 3 stolen bases. Can they send it? Unfortunately, Kilgore's going to get into a force out there. Lenedy is going to take a call at strike 3. So Unit's going to go 4 innings here. We're going to go bottom 4th with Ashcraft coming up now. He's going to draw a leadoff walk. Ethan Voss hits a towering pop-up that's easily going to be tracked by the catcher for the first out. Mahogany coming up now. He's going to draw a walk. Gamble strikes out. Bachman facing a full count. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Fedor Bat-Smith. And they're going to walk in a run to make it 8-4. Ashton Fox grounds it past the infield gap. 1 run's in. 2 runs are in. The throw. But they're going to get him at third. That's going to end the rally and make it 10-4. Top of the 5th, we go with Chris Cash Jr., who grounds out to third. Misty Morning coming up now. He's going to draw a full count walk. Rex Jordan strikes out. New pitcher, Mon Jeans, against Robin Banks. And Banks will get hit one off the top of the wall. Morning's going to score to cut the lead down to 5. Here's Kingslayer. He's going to strike out here, but not before the wheelie's going to run. Bottom 5th we go with Rusty Menard. That's going to ground it right to the first baseman for the quick out. Santana coming up now. He's going to take a call at strike 3. Ashcraft swings and a miss, and that was going to put us at the top of the 6th with Verity, who strikes out. Jimmy Sachs. That's going to get down for a base hit. The center field just couldn't get there in time. Mo Kilgore. This could be a double play. A 4-6-3 double play. Bottom 6. Voss takes a call at strike 3. Mahogany flies out. Gamble grounds it past the second baseman for a base hit. New pitcher Okamawak is now in the game, but it's a little dribbler that gets past both the third baseman and the shortstop. Bat-Smith. That's going to be grounded right to second, easily there for the out. Top 7 we go with Keon Lenedy, who's going to strike out here. Chris Cash Jr. coming up now. That's hit well. That's to the gap. That's going to easily be a stand-up double. Is he going to think about going 3? He is thinking about going 3, and the throw's not going to be in time. He has a triple there. Misty Morning strikes out. Rex Jordan draws a walk. Robin Banks grounded down, easily thrown to second for the out. Bottom 7th we go after the stretch. Fox grounds out to the great quick throw there by a shortstop to get the out. Rusty Menard. That's going to get over the shortstop's head for a base hit. Santana. That's going to be a base hit over the second baseman's head. Runners on first and second for 1 out for even Ashcraft. That's going to be a fly ball to right, but easily tracked there for the out. Not being able to advance the runner. Voss coming up now. Grounded right to the shortstop, but do they get the pit front second? Yes, they do. Top of the 8th we go with Kingslayer, who strikes out. Braden Verity is gonna draw a 4-pitch walk. Wawong's now in the game. Sachs hits a pop-up that's easily tracked there by the center fielder. Kilgore coming up now. That's also going to be easily tracked by the center fielder for the out. Bottom 8th. Is 5 runs going to be a comfortable enough lead? Mahogany coming up now. Gets a Kamawak. That's a tough throw, but the throw doesn't get there. That throw is high. Gamble. Grounded down. They can only get the force out at second. Bachman. Try to get the pick off, but they can't get it off. Batsmith. That's deep to center, but it's over the center fielder's head. Misplayed there by Jordan, and a run's going to score to make this 11-5. Batsmith. Towering pop-up, easily going to be tracked there by the third baseman for the out. Ashton Fox draws a full count walk. Rusty Menard grounds it right to the first baseman, who relays it to the pitcher. Last chance. Leonard Cash Jr. in morning against Wawong. Leonard strikes out here. Chris Cash Jr. Full count. Grounds out to the first baseman. Misty Morning, last chance. That's going to be, and we're going to keep going. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Rex Jordan. That's going to be relayed to left, and that should do it. And that is going to be a victory for the California Firehawks. So that means, there we go. Sorry, that means the person gets no money. Firehawks pick up an 11-5 win here. Couple big days, 3 RBIs for Santana. Probably going to be put. And Fox, probably going to be player of the game. 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Jeans the win, Nurple the loss. And Ashton Fox is going to be your player of the game. And now let's peek at some of the other scores we got here. We only got the minors up. Bears win 7-6 on a walk-off. Flamingos win 4-1. Hepcats win 5-0 thanks to a dominant performance from Sir DeVore. Kingpins win on a tight one thanks to 4 unanswered runs in the 8th and 9th to steal one from the Dillos. 10-7. So you know what that means. It's time to send some box scores to your door. That's my fancy way of saying, but first, you do not know the password, and you will only know if you're part of the streaming department. Database, export data to CSV, and let's send it. World scores, finished today. And we got ourselves our first primetime game of the day. It's only majors box scores I see because if I hit world scores, because the minors are off. And it will be Death Valley and Outer Banks. So let's throw another who wins prediction up here. Because I have... Let's put that up for 5 minutes. And get a new prediction up. So let's take a look at what the stat team's word soup that they have for me today. Let's see what we got here. It's a tale of two conference today as we tune into our featured matchup as the Outer Banks Aviators host the Death Valley Scorpions. Outer Banks are sitting securely in a playoff spot as their 41-33 record ties them for second in the Legends East with the New York Voyagers. While both of these teams are 12 games behind the Providence Crabs, they're also 6 games ahead of their nearest wildcard hopeful, the Buffalo Surge, who sits at 35-39. Meanwhile, the Scorpions have one more win than the Surge, but that only puts them 2 games back of the lunar-based Space Rangers for the second wildcard spot in the Champions Conference. The Aviators are looking to win today in hopes of climbing over the Voyagers, and they'll send Joseph Mathis Hendry to the mound to lead the charge. Mathis Hendry has been their most reliable starter this season with a 10-4 record, 3.49 ERA, and 1.16 WHIP in 18 starts. Assuming they have the lead, we can pretty safely assume that Goro Shingaro will make an appearance, especially if it means he's got a shot at his 14th save of the season. The Scorpions will be countering with Remy LeBeau. Let's see, Remy LeBeau, who is an interesting case for Death Valley this season. He's got a very respectable 3.48 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP in his 18 starts, but he's lacked run support, and as these have only earned him 5 wins and 7 losses on the season. Middle reliever Lanky Schramm and stopper James Noble should be available for late innings action. Should the necessary for should be should should it be necessary for this game. Offensively, the Scorpions will be looking for the power from the heart of the lineup, with Montalban, Angle, Stell, and Dalton Rose having all slugged 10 or more home runs, with Stell leading the team by hitting 18. The Scorpions could do with more base stealing threats, but they're making do with Mellow Mister with taking a nice 69 so far, and Montalban snaggering 15 more. The Aviators have a similar speed power output from their sluggers, with Speedy McFly Jr., Patrick Eschenbach, Julio Ruiz Jr., and Robert Oliver, who have cleared the 10 home run mark, and Ruiz Jr. has 19, and it was also in the Majors Home Run Derby. The Aviators have had more success in the base path, with Bazooka Slow and Speedy McFly Jr. both snagging 55, and Ruiz Jr. chipping in an additional 11. The Aviators would love to open up a lead on the Voyagers, but they're going to be in for a tough fight as the Scorpions are within striking distance of the Space Rangers for the second and final wildcard spot. Who wants it more today? Let's find out. And I see we got some predictions and a 3K bet in for the Scorpions to pull the upset here. We still have this prediction up. I am monitoring that right now. So let's get underway for this game. And I do see a bit of an OBX bet. Someone trying to get a lot of money. And a 3K bet in for the Aviators as well. Boy, oh boy, everybody's getting their money in now. The more people come in, the more people throw in. Love to see that. Without further ado, let's get underway for this game. Because this is the next game up on the schedule, followed by Quick Sim. Okay. Aviators, Scorpions, let's get underway. Lovely audio here. We got Mellow Mister, the Ultra Dangerous base stealer come up, and we got a towering pop-up that's easily going to be tracked by the second baseman for the out. Montalban coming up now, one of the best power hitters. And that's going to be a fly ball, easily tracked there by the center fielder for the out. Launch angle coming up now. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be an easy single for him. Here's the slugger Stell facing a full count. And it's going to be looped over to right, easily caught there for the out. They get the early hit, but not much going on. And now here's the two base stealers for Outer Banks. But LeBeau is going to get an early called strike free on a full count on the slow. McFly Jr. He's going to ground out to first. Easily patrolled there for the out. Patrick Eschenbach coming up now, facing a free one count, and he's going to draw a walk. Julio Ruiz Jr., big slugger coming in here for a cleanup situation. And that's going to drop for a base hit. But Ruiz is going to get thrown out trying to get greedy and extend it to a double. We're going to go top of the second now with the cold hitting Dalton Rose. And his struggles continue with a strikeout. Stingy Cliff coming up now. He's going to ground it right to the second baseman for the out. Chillico fan coming up now. He's going to take a called strike free, and that's going to end the inning. Bottom second we go, Robert Oliver. He's going to miss here, and the predictions are closed. Abe Ghostly coming up now. He's going to draw a walk. Angel De La Fuerte, hot hitter. But he's nothing hot about that strikeout, though. Kevin Vicoba, Sleepy, one of our fellow broadcasters, is going to fly out there. Top of the third we go. We stole a rule. Yes, we got cursed face gens here. As we get a ground out there. Slime Sluggerton coming up now. That's going to get down for a base hit. There. Is it Mel Musters coming up now? That's a fly ball to left, but easily tracked there for the out. Zycano Montalban. Try to get the pick up, but the throw's not going to be in time. Same at bat we go. It's a towering pop-up, easily going to be tracked there by the second baseman for the out. Bottom third we go with Jerry Coleman, the 9-hitter. And he's going to get a base hit that somehow glitches through the pitcher. Oh, OTP and its weird animations. Bazooka Slow is going to draw a walk. Speedy McFly Jr. That could be a double play ball, but they can only get the out at second. Patrick Eschenbach coming up now. But they get McFly at first. He's picked off there. Bad base running. Can he get the throw first in time? Yes. That should. All right. Top fourth we go. We got a pitcher's duel here. As Engel's going to get a base hit for the infield gap. Here's Stell, dangerous hitter. And Stell's going to draw a walk. Dalton Rose. That's going to be looped down. That's going to get down for a base hit. That should be the first run, but they're going to hold the runners. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Stingy Cliff. And that's going to get for the infield. 1 run's in. 2 runs are going to score. But they nailed it out at third. But Stell's going to get nailed out at third. All right. Fan's going to fly out to center. Death Valley with an early 2-0 lead. There's still a rule. 4-pitch walk. Slime Sluggerton strikes out. But not before the Scorpions get up 2-0 on OBX. Here's Julio Ruiz Jr., who's going to draw an opening walk. Oliver. That's for the infield for a base hit. Ruiz is going to go to third, but do they get the out at third? No, they don't. They can't get in time. Big opportunity for Abe Ghostly, who strikes out here. Can Angel De La Fuente bring in the runners home? No. Can Vacova bring in the runners home? No. It's a pop-up to the catcher for the third out. Top of the fifth with Mellow Mister. Strikes out there. Montalban. Strikes out here. Launch angle. That is going to be a ground out. So a pretty good pitcher stool. We go bottom fifth. With Jerry Coleman coming up now. LeBeau has been pitching a very good game so far. Has not done a single mistake. Bazooka Slow facing a full count. Strike him out here. Speedy McFly Jr. That's going to be grounded to the second baseman. Easily relayed to first in time. Top of the sixth we go with Stell. Strikes out. Dalton Rose. Strikes out. Eucliffe. Strikes out. 8 Ks for Hendry, but he's not getting any run support. Top of the bottom six we go with Eschenbaugh, who grounds out right to the second baseman. Julio Ruiz Jr. now. That's hit well, but it's going to be deep, but not deep enough. Caught the warning track. Robert Oliver facing a full count. It's going to be grounded, easily relayed to first for the out. Top 7 we go with Green Chilico fam. Hendry still in. Striking him out here. Rule. Strikes out. 10 Ks for Hendry. Sluggerton. This is probably going to be his last batter. And that's hammered deep. That's going to be off the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Sluggerton. And they are going to pull him out for Chuticle Sun, who immediately strikes out Mister. Bottom 7 we go. We got a new pitcher, James Noble, against Ghostly. And Noble is going to get a ground out and produce a ground immediately. Angel De La Fuente hits a towering pop-up that's easily going to be tracked by the first baseman for the out. Vacova coming up now. That's going to be grounded to third, easily relayed for the out. So far, the Aviators have had no answers for the Scorpions pitching. Top 8 we go Montalban. That's a towering pop-up that's easily going to be tracked there for the out by the second baseman. Launch angle, 3-1 count. He's going to hit it to left field, but easily tracked there for the out. Stell coming up now. Grounded to third. Do they get the throw in time? Yes, they do. Bottom 8 we go with Coleman, who hits it right to the right fielder for the first out. Bazooka Slow. Strikes out. Speedy McFly Jr. hits the left, but easily tracked there for the out. Can Death Valley pick up some insurance here late? Dalton Rose. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Stingy Cliff. Past the first baseman for a base hit. Rose is going to go to third. The throw's not going to be in time. Chilico fan. Hit deep to right. That should be enough deep to score the run, and it will. Make it 3-0 for Death Valley. You stole a rule. Hit to right, and that is going to drop for a base hit. Did they get the out at second? No, they don't. Sluggerton. Full count is going to draw a walk. Mister, chance to bust this open. Eddie Well, that's going to get down. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. They get the out at third, but it's going to be a 5-0 Death Valley lead going into. Oh, there's another out. Whoops. That was Montalban's going to steal and pick up his 70th stolen base. Misters, actually. Montalban's going to end up getting walked. Launch angle. BB Kamura is now in the game. And the damage is going to continue. Make it 7-0 Death Valley. The bullpen is just simply collapsing here. Snell, and that's going to be a pass ball, but not going to be deep enough to advance the runner. And Grout finally ends the rally. Can the Aviators get 7 runs or 8? Let's see. Eschenbach gets Noble, who's still in the game. Good start. Eschenbach gets a single there. Julio Ruiz Jr. That's deep to right, but it's going to be easily tracked there for the out. Robert Oliver facing a full count. This could be the game, but he grounds out here. Last chance. Abe Ghostly. Grounded to short. Throw the first. Get in time. And the Death Valley Scorpions are going to pull a major upset here. A 7-0 win over the Outer Banks Aviators. There we go. Just getting that prediction result in for you. 6,000 channel points for you. Outer Banks bats have been stifled. Only 4 hits all day. Multiple 2 RBI days for Euclid, Angle, and Mister. LeBeau the win, Hendry the loss, and Remy LeBeau is going to be your player of the game. Let's save, and I'm going to quickly go for these scores here for the majors. Rougarou are going to pick up a 6-0 win, 6-2 win over Buffalo. Providence 9-3 win over Seattle. Voyagers walk off an 8th inning, take an 8th inning, get a run the bottom of the 8th to pick up a win over the Apex. Nashville continues their solid run, go up to 5 games up in that division with an 11-6 win over the Vandals. A wild one there. Sloths pick up a 6-1 lead, the 6-1 win over the Space Rangers. So that lead for that wild card spot's down to 1. Boise 15-3 winners over the Demons. Toros 7-5 winners thanks to 3 in the 9th. And we already saw that. Let's save and let's get your box scores out to you. All right, we're going to go here. Database. Export data to CSV. And let's do bet. Finish today because today is looks like to me it's a quick sim, the 4th. It is a quick sim. The box scores are coming out now to your majors locker rooms. Once that's wrapped up, we got a quick sim I'm going to do. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a quick sim. Just want to make sure. Before we get to game number 3. So we got every team playing right now. All games today. Here we go for the quick sim. Demons 3-2 winners over Boise. Outer Banks 10-4 win over Death Valley. Rougarou win in 13 innings over the Surge. Providence 2-1 win over Seattle. Apex pick up a 9-4 win over the Voyagers. Nashville picks up a 6-4 win over Vancouver. Lunar Base 9-4 winners, so they do get that 2-game lead back. Toros 10-1 winners. In the minors, State College wins 6-1. Amarillo makes to 8 innings in the 9th. A 12-4 win over Anchorage. Bruce City wins 5-0 over Puerto Rico. Hepcats 13-8 winners over Louisville. And the Flamingos 2-0 win over California. So let's save and let's get your next box scores out. And I'm going to go set up the next prediction. Ooh, almost hit the wrong button. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. Finish today. And the next game is going to be Vancouver and Cancun. I'm going to do another who wins. Here we go. New prediction up right now. Who wins this game? Cancun, as the box screws are going off right now. Here we go. Vancouver and Cancun. Cancun having the second best record in the conference, only behind Nashville. But before that, I'm going to let this prediction go for a little longer, and I'm just going to take a nice little water break. All right, well, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just word of advice is to make sure you eat something or keep yourself hydrated before you do all this. I didn't, so I paid the price. My body's weird. Okay. Over 7,000 per channel points in the pool. Let's get underway. A lot of what person put a slight bet on Vancouver and has a lot to win or enough, barely anything to lose. Let's see what happens here. Cancun, Vancouver. Oh, come on. The two most least favorite names. We start with John Jock Francois, Jock John Jr., who strikes out here. Cash coming up now. He's going to strike out here. Jackson Love grounds out to the shortstop. Then we go with Gnome Child, probably one of the favorites to be an MVP this season. Flies out to right. Miles Meredith strikes out. Napoleon Solo. That's hit well. That's going to get down. That's going to be a stand-up double for Solo. Gets the stop signal at second. Griffin Stone. That's hit deep to right, but easily tracked there for the out. Atlas Slugs now coming from Vancouver. He's going to draw a walk. Ashton Lansdell grabs it past the second baseman for a base hit. Thinking about going for second. The third, not in time. D.B. Barnum grounds out the third so they can't advance getting runners home. Malcolm Kell strikes out. Pierre Phillip. That's over the second baseman's head. 2 runs are going to score to make this a ends up making this a 2-0 ball game for Vancouver. Jet fuel, but we got a steal attempt from Phillip, and he'll be in there. Jet fuel grounds it to first, but that's going to end the inning. But not before Vancouver gets up to a 2-0 lead. So here's Tiernan O'Mallory, who's going to strike out here. Carlton Beatty draws a walk. Here's the cold hitting Andrew Brochacho. And it just dribbles past the second baseman for a base hit. Ejectocito. That's down the gap. That's fair ball. One run's going to score. 1 run's going to score and cut this lead in half. 2 on, nobody out for Jonathan Johnson. It's a little dribbler, but it's going to be an RBI groundout that ties the game. Here's Gnome Child. Over the first baseman's head. That's going to give the Toros a lead off that RBI double. Miles Meredith grounds out to the shortstop, but not before the Toros take the lead. Both teams exchange blows in the second. Top third with Jock Francois, Jock John Jr. is going to ground out to the shortstop. Aske Harishikesh coming up now. He's going to also ground out to the shortstop. Jackson Love way over the left fielder's head. He flat out misplayed that one. It's a stand double. Atlas Slugs easily tracked there by the center fielder, and there for the third out. Bottom third, we go Napoleon Solo, who goes over the third baseman's head for a base hit. It's going to be a double for him. Griffin Stone coming up now. And Solo's going to take off for third, and the throw's not going to be in time. Griffin Stone, that's going to be an RBI base hit for him. That's going to make it 4-2. Tiernan O'Mallory. That's a pass ball. Stone's going to go to second. We keep going. Fly ball. It's going to get down. That's going to make it 5-2 for Cancun. Carlton Beatty coming up now. Fly ball. Easily going to be tracked there by the center fielder for the out. Brochacho, who has an RBI earlier. It is a productive out, though. Ejectocito coming up now. Grounded to third, but no throw. It's going to be 6-0. And Skuma Kun is now going to come in. Jonathan Johnson's going to get a base hit there. Did they get the out at second? They do. They get him out there. Lansdale, hot hitter. He's going to take a called strike 3. Cowgill's got 4 Ks. Barnum strikes out. Malcolm Kell. Cowgill is going to strike out the side here in the 4th. Top 5, we go with Gnome Child. That's ground hit hard, but right to the third baseman. Miles Meredith. Hammered. Deep center. Is that going to clear the wall? Yes, it will. Kiss that baby goodbye from Miles Meredith. Solo shot, his 13th of the year, makes it 7-2 Cancun. Napoleon Solo is going to draw a walk. Not the guy you want to walk. And Vancouver's going to immediately pay the price by allowing a stolen base there. And they're going to intentionally walk Griffin Stone here for Tanner O'Mallory. This usually never ends well. But a line out. Do they get the out at second? Yes, they do. Oh, wow. What a throw there. Phillip. Towering pop-up there. Easily going to be tracked by the third baseman. Jet Fuel coming up now. He's going to strike out. Jean-Jacques Francois Jock John Jr. going to strike out here. Bottom 5th we go with Carlton Beatty. Little looper to left, but easily caught there. Brochacho coming up now. Full count. He's going to swing and miss. Fouls it off, but gets the out at first. Ejectocito coming up now. It's going to be a tough play. Gets the out there. Top 6. Hirashikesh. Fly ball. Deep right field. And that is out of here. Kiss that baby goodbye for Asuke Hirashikesh. His 14th home run of the season. And the lead's been cut down to 4. Jackson Love. Grounds it great. But, oh, it's mishandled there. They're going to rule that an infield hit, though. Not quite error. And Love's going to take off for second. He's going to be in there easily. Slugs not bad. That's hammered. Deep right field. Kiss that baby goodbye for Atlas Slugs. All of a sudden, it's a 3-run 6 with nobody out. That cuts the lead down to 2. With Lansdale coming up here, they finally get him to strike out. D.B. Barnum. And that's deep to right. Is that going to be 3 home runs this inning? Yes, it is. The 3rd home run, the 4th RBI. It's D.B. Barnum this time. His 4th home run of the season. And Cowgill is just collapsing on the mound. And they are going to pull him from Benico. They get Kel to ground out for the second out. Pierre Phillip coming up now. He strikes out. But a 4-run 6. Let's see if Cal Cancun responds. But Jonathan Johnson, he's going to draw a walk. He's a base stealer. Not surprised they're going to send him. But a bad send is going to get him thrown out at second. Gnome Child coming up now. He's going to ground out to second. Miles Meredith. That's hit well. That's going to get down. It's a stand-up single there. Napoleon Solo. But, Meredith's going to get thrown out again. Top 7th we go. Jet Fuel against Benico. That's past the first baseman for a base hit. The tying run is on board for Jean-Jacques Francois Jock John Jr. Fuel's going to end up stealing second, so now the tying run's in scoring position. Big opportunity here. That's hit well to center, but caught. Asuke Hirashikesh, full count. And caught there once again by the center fielder. Jackson Love strikes out. Bottom 7 we go with Napoleon Solo. That's hit well to left, but easily tracked there for the out. Oh dear, my volume's a little loud. Let me fix that. There we go. Griffin Stone. That's past the infield for a base hit. Tanner O'Mallory gets the new pitcher, Lucas Greep. That's going to hit the top of the wall. It is going to hit the top of the wall. Unable to score the runs, though. Beatty coming up now. And they are going to load the bases intentionally. Try to force a double play ball with Brochacho coming up here. But instead, it's a bases loaded walk that's going to make this a 2-run lead. Cito now. Chance to break this open. And that's through the infield. 2 runs are going to score. And just like that, Cancun has erased the rally from the Vandals. Jonathan Johnson. That's going to be another base hit. But a throw. Oh, it's offline. The throw from center was offline. It's going to be 11-6. Gnome Child grounds at the third, but that's another run to make this back to make it 12 runs for the Toros. Jackson Kidd now in the game for the Vandals. And it gets Meredith the ground out here that ends the inning. Top 8 we go with Atlas Slugs. New pitcher Glenn snaps in the game. Gets a flyout immediately. Ashton Lansdell strikes out here. D.B. Barnum responsible for one of the home runs. He's going to ground out to third, but it's bobbled there. And that's going to be counted as an error to O'Mallorain. Cal coming up now. Ground to short, but easily from the first in time. Bottom eighth we go. I think 6 runs is more than enough to get this win done. Solo strikes out here. Griffin Stone grounds out the first. And Tiernan O'Mallorain takes a called strike 3. Last chance. Philip Fuel and John Jock Francois Jock John Jr. But Philip's going to draw a walk. You don't want to allow a base stealer on. But Fuel lines out to the shortstop. John Jock Francois Jock John Jr. cold hitter. They get the out at first. Last chance with Harushikesh coming up here. He strikes out, and the Toros pick up a dominant 12-6 win. What a wild game. Okay. Sorry slacking, but I'm just going to switch over to my mod view mode. And let's get that prediction done. Cancun is your winner. All right. Couple big RBI days on both sides. Couple 2 RBIs there. But Ejectocito, 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Probably going to be your player of the game. Calgill the win, Nasty the loss. And Ejectocito is going to be your player of the game as I expected. Anyway, let's save. Let's save here. Because after this, we have another quick two off days in a row. We have the Aviators winning 5-2. Sloths over the Scorpions 2-1. Crabs over the Space Rangers 9-7, despite a late comeback. Serpents win 6-4 over Toronto. New Orleans gets over 500 with a win over Boise 10-2. Detroit walks it off in extras 6-5 over the Voyagers. Nashville, despite a late comeback there by Buffalo, picks up an 8-7 win. And with Indy's loss, that lead on that division now goes to 6 games. So picking up some good stuff in the minors. Bruce City wins 4-3. Hepcats win 5-3. Swifties win 6-3. Flamingos win 4-3. And Wheelers win 4-1. All right, let's get the next few. Let's get the box scores out. Scores finished today, and today is a quick sim than an off day. So let's see, the box scores still going off right now. Autoplay all games today. Let's go for some box scores. Death Valley won. Let's see here for the top performances. Death Valley 1-0 win over San Antonio. Aviators 5-4 win despite a near bullpen collapse by Serpents win 6-3. Toros win 13-4. Demons win 3-2. Crabs win 10-5. Stars win 4-2. And because the Apex lost again, that division lead is now up to 7. Rougarou win 3-2. That wraps up our major scores in the minors. Bruce City, we need to talk. Unfortunately, for those who are new to my stream, if you lose to the Ranas, you lose the bots, you get the Kevin Brown graphic. I really hate to hit my own minors league team with the graphic, but unfortunately, you're getting the graphic today. Sorry, game. You lose the bots, you get hit with the graphic. Wheelies win in a tight 1-8-7. I mean, Swifties. The Wheelies also won 7-3. Firehawks win 11-6. Hepcats win 7-4. Tight battle between the Hep Kitties and the Firehawks for the best record in the minors. All right, let's get these box scores out to you. We only have two more stream games left because the rest of the way after those are the quick sims. Okay. Let's set up the next prediction because we have an off day, I assume, after this. Finish today. Next day, off day. Next up we have is a minor league game, Louisville and State College. So let's get that up. Here it is. Pretty tight one. So let's get the... So I'm going to get the prediction up and going for you guys. Here we go. New prediction up for predicting who ends up winning this game. Both of these teams are pretty close record-wise. Looks like the Bats do it's pretty even matchup here. 4 for the Swifties, 4 for the Libras, and a tie. So this is anybody's guess on who ends up with. We're going to throw in some money. Now's the time to do so. Because I'm just going to sit here and wait until this wraps up before we jump into this game. Alrighty, folks, just had to take care of a few stuff. I'm now back. Thanks. Oh, an upper braid. EBC, hello. Man, we get a lot of big raids today. Oof. Not having any pack luck? Yeah, kind of sounds like my experience with Perfect Team. I switched to being a free-to-play a while ago because it developed a gambling addiction for me. Not good. 227 in the chat. Okay, let's get underway with this game. Hi, for those who are here in EBC, coming from EBC, this is the... Oh, it's funny because, oh look, it's your player. If I'm not mistaken. Make your player, watch him play games, do tasks to get your player to do better. It's that simple. Yes, that is his player. It's kind of fitting he does the raid during this game. Alright, let's get underway. Enough stalling. Before I lose my breath. Teto. Grounds out to third. It's coming in a little quiet today. Let's up the audio a little bit. Doug Love coming up now against Derek Kirkland. It's going to ground out to the shortstop. Oh, hang on. This angle is kind of wonky. I want to fix this. I can't see much. Let's see what I can do. View. Let's see how this does. Nah, I think this is fine. I just want to make sure we're good. And to me, it feels like Sheeping now coming up. He strikes out. Michael Honcho comes in now. It's a fly ball to left. Right center. Gets coffee out. My head moves faster than my mouth. Okay. Taylor's going to get a base hit here that drops in front of the infield. That's going to be a 1-out single. Phi Toffophelia. He's going to ground into a double play that's going to end the inning. Bottom two, we got Smack Miller, who's going to get one past the first baseman for a base hit. That's going to be a double. The throw's not going to be in time. Daniel Montgomery coming up now. Grounds out to third. Dirk Quackenboss, one of my favorite names in all the minors. That's hitting deep to center, but he's tracked and caught there for the second out. Gabzu coming out. Oh, and it's a towering pop-up, usually going to be tracked there by the third baseman for the out. I know you can't see him. It's because the way my computer is set up that makes the screen kind of crunched. I do apologize about that. I can't afford a giant lap monitor. Not how that works. Willie Wacker's going to ground out. Dusty Backstop coming up now. That's past the first baseman for a base hit. And here's your player ABC, Enrique Velmoy Caliente. Unfortunately, that's not Moy Caliente. That's not hot at all. That's just a ground out. But Man of Steel has something pretty hot for you. An RBI. RBI double there to give himself the early lead. Jaheim Butler coming up now. And make it 2-0 State College. Off another double there. And we have the cold hitting Rice Shower. We have a lot of Uma Musume in this league. I hate to give you that. If some of you played the Uma Musume before, there's a lot of them in the league. Julian McClain coming in now against Kirkland. He's going to ground out to second. Riley Unova coming up now. He's going to strike out. Back to Kansane Teto, who is going to ground out to the second baseman. Quick 1-2 free inning there. Top of the order for the Swifties with Honcho, who's going to hit towering pop-up, usually tracked there by the shortstop for the out. Brian Taylor, strikeout victim. Phi Toffophilia, not quite a strikeout victim. He's going to get a base hit there. Willie Wacker coming up now. Going to be a strikeout victim. Top of the fourth we go with Doug Love, Hits this one to left, but easily tracked there by Butler. Sheeping coming up now. It's gonna get grounded to short. Smack Miller. That's over the second baseman's head. That's gonna be a stand-up double. Can't get the throw in second. Montgomery coming up now. Lemur's trying to get on the board, and it looks like they will here with this. The throw is going to be late, and as a result, the lead's been cut in half. Quackenboss can make this game tied right here, but takes a called strike free. Bottom fourth, we go with Dusty Backstop coming on here. That's hit deep to center, but easily tracked there by Montgomery for the out. Enrique Von Muy Caliente, can you actually... Hey, look, you got yourself a base hit on stream. Look at that. There you go, EVC. Let's see if you can get a steal here. We got bad buns for days. Butler. A pop-up that's usually going to be caught by the second baseman for the out. Okay, top of the fifth with Gabzu. Strikes out. Julian McLean. Also a strikeout victim. Kirkland's been doing a very good job today. Unova. Grounds out to short. The throw in time. Bottom five we go with Rice Shower. That's going to ground out to first. Back to Honcho. Team leader in stolen bases. And that's a bloop base hit there that gets past the diving shortstop. Willie Steele. And they are, but he's going to get easily gunned down there for the second out. Brian Taylor facing a full count now. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. So he gets a walk. Toffoli coming up now. He's going to strike out there in a pitch he probably should have taken for the out. Taken. Back top of the order for Louisville with Tedo, who is going to get a base hit there. Doug Love. Over the third baseman's head. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Samuel Sheeping. Kirkland's running into some trouble here. That's going to be the first out, though. Easily tracked and caught there by Butler. Here's Smack Miller facing a full count. Grounds. He gets a double play and gets out of the jam with no runs allowed. It's going to be a quality start for him. Willie Whacker now gets a base hit. But a good diving play by the left field by Love prevents any more. And new pitcher given to Heaters now in the game. Coming in with 3.52 ERA with 6-5 records. Gets backstop to strike out. Enrique Von Muy Caliente is going to fly out in the center. Man of Steel. The third baseman fell asleep at the wheel and let that get past him. Jaheim Butler strikes out. Top of the seventh, we go on a pretty good pitcher's duel here. Daniel Montgomery. That's going to be... that's over the second baseman's head. Dirk Quackenboss strikes out here. Gabzu. That's a pass ball. Montgomery's going to go to second. Same at bat. Gabzu's going to draw a walk. But this sets up a double play. Julian McLean. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Easily tracked and caught there by Toffoli. Here's Riley Unova. Chance to get him into the tie this game. Gets down. The throw's not going to be in time. And just like that, Louisville's going to tie the game. And now Kirkland, at best, is probably going to get a no decision. Still Scrumlin's now in the game, but he gets the out there, pretty much ending Kirkland's day of 600 2/3. Bottom ninth, we go with Rice Show, who 2 strikes out. Michael Honcho coming up now. Grounded right to the shortstop there in time for the third baseman, actually. Brian Taylor grounds out. Doug Love. Pass. We go top of the eighth out. Gets a base hit there. Samuel Sheeping. Grounded third. Do they get the double play? Yes, they do. Smack Miller. Full count. Still Scrumless, but bad defense there by the shortstop. They had a shift on him, but couldn't get it on. Montgomery strikes out here. Bottom eighth we go. Pretty even game. Toffoli coming in now against Blaze Hurricane, who's coming in with 1-0 record and a 6.14 ERA relief. Toffoli gets a base hit. Willie Whacker coming up now. It's going to be grounded. They get the force out at second, but that's the only play they get. Dusty Backstop coming up now. And it's a pass ball. Whacker's going to go to second. The go-ahead runs it out at second. Backstop. Grounds out to the shortstop, but it is going to move Wacker to third. Enrique Von Caliente can give him the lead. No, they can't. Takes a cold strike free. Top 9 we go with Quackenboss. Still Scrumlin still in the game, and he gets Quackenboss to strike out. Gabzu grounds out to short. Julian McLean strikes out. Bottom 9th we go. Can the Swifties walk it off? Man of Steel lines out to the second baseman. Jaheim Butler bats through for a base hit. The winning run's now at first with Rice Shower coming up to bat. Grounds to third, but they get the force out there. Can Honcho walk it off? Bat's going to get down for a base hit. Shower's going to get told to stop at second. Brian Taylor, full bases loaded. So any walk or any ball not caught in the outfield is going to end the game. Toffel coming up now. Grounded. They get the force out at second just in time. Well, we got free baseball. Riley Nova grounds out to. Oh, but it's booted there by the shortstop. That's going to be an error charge there on Reicha. And now Porygon 2's in the game. Gets Teto to pop up to short. Doug Love coming up now. That's hit well deep to right, but it's easily tracked there for the out. Samuel Sheeping. Fly ball to center, easily tracked there for the out. Take 2. Can the Swifties walk it off? Hurricane still in. Wacker grounds ball to third, easily there for the out. Dusty backstop. Grounds it straight to first for the out. Enrique Von Caliente. Full count. Strikes out. To the 11th we go. Smack Miller. Ground ball to short, easily there for the out. Daniel Montgomery draws a walk. Go ahead, run it first. Quackenboss. They get the out at second, but can't get the relay for the first. Gabzu strikes out. Take 3. Can we have a walk-off here? Man of Steel, Butler, Shower. Man of Steel, ground ball to third. Gets it frozen time. Jaheim Butler. That's hit well to center. Is that going to be deep enough? No, it will not. Rice Shower coming up now. And it's a towering pop-up. Easily going to be tracked there by the third baseman. And we're going to 12. This game will just not end. Valentine Martinez now in for the Swifties. And they get McLean to ground out there. Almost gets beaten on the throw. Yanova now coming up again. Strikes out. Teto, leadoff hitter. That's hammered. Deep right field. And that is gone. Kiss that baby goodbye for Kansane Teto. 10th home run of the season and possibly the go-ahead run the top of the 12th. Doug Love. It's a towering pop-up easily tracked there by the shortstop. But now the Swifties are down to 3 outs and they need 2 runs. One to keep. And a Wayne Gambit ahead's now in the game against Honcho. Fly ball deep center, caught easily. Brian Taylor coming up now, and he's going to strike out. Last chance. Phi Toffel. It's going to be grounded to second, thrown in time, and the Lemurs are going to steal this one in a wild 12-inning game. Oh man, that is what you call a close one. 232 of you see 12-inning baseball. Let's see. You managed to get a hit, but that's really the only thing you got going this game, EVC. Take a look at a couple good pitching outfits. Worst day. Hurricane gets up the win in relief. Gambit to hit the save. Martinez the loss. And Derek Kirkland, the State College pitcher, is going to be player of the game. But first, I got to go to I'm going to go in the mod chat and set up the prediction for the final game and get this one paid out. It was Louisville who won this game. So let's get that paid out. And our final game today, which we'll see, is New York and San Antonio. I am going to get that set up for you guys before I show you the remaining box scores. I'll put 10 minutes on here. Who wins? Because this will be our final stream game of the day. Here you go, new prediction up. And let's go through. I'm gonna hit the save button real quick. And let's go through some of the box scores for today. Void Boys pick up a 5-1 win over San Antonio. Aviators pick up a 3-2 win over Boise. Buffalo 5-4 winners in Toronto. Providence 8-6 winners in Vancouver. New Orleans picks up a 4-3 win over the Apex. Seattle picks up an upset win over Nashville, 5-4, thanks to Nashville's bullpen continuing to be a massive problem for them. Cancun 3-2 victory over, thanks to a walk-off. Let's see. I'm going to look at the game log. Who had that walk-off? Let's take a look. It was a walk-off RBI single from Griffith Stone. He had Solo get walked, stole second, and then Stone hit the walk-off single. Okay. Death Valley 3-0 winners over Detroit. Another strong performance from Remy LeBeau today. The minors we go. Hep Kitties walking it off against the Ranas. Bears 10-2 winners over the Firehawks. Kingpins win 4-1 over the Wheelers. Florida 8-7 over Amarillo, and we already saw State College in Louisville. So with this being saved, let's go upload the box score for these, because if you don't know, we have a specific bot designed to upload before we update any index. Made by, I believe it was made by, I forgot who made it. I think it was either Zuka's Joe or Hakem. My memory's kind of rubbish today, so. All right, let's finish up today, and let's go on to our final stream game of the day, because after this game, it's going to be a quick 7-minute off day. New York and San Antonio. Both San Antonio's leading the Champions West. Not very competitive division there. No, it's the Legends West, actually. The Voyagers and the Legends East are battling this, are currently in a wild card spot. It's going to be hard for them to catch the Crabs, who are the division leader. The matchup pretty even here, although I do see the bats being split, but the pitching matchup favoring the Void Boys. The Void Boys are going to bring Leonidas Longpipe to the mound, who's coming in with a 5.5-6 record, 5.79 ERA. The Slavs are going to send Josh Mahomey 3 Esquire Limited, who has a 6-6 record, 4.57 ERA. The big issue, especially for Homie, for Esquire Limited, he gives up a lot of walks. So this guy's having a lot of command problems going into this game. I'm going to let this sit for a little while and let you guys get. So go ahead, throw your money in, get some predictions. 1,000 in the pool right now. We have over 230 people in the chat. Got rated twice on which it's always great to have multiple raters come in here. I love to see that, to show that PBE is one of the premier officially affiliated sim league here for the sim for OTP. I'm going to let this sit for a couple more minutes before we get into our final stream game here to let you guys throw more money in the prediction pool. And then during the file upload, which notoriously takes pretty long, it takes me like 30 minutes to do the upload, I will do the Ask the Booth. It's just me streaming today. We usually have someone with a co-host. I will not be streaming again until the first game of the playoffs, actually. 2 weeks from Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, which our next stream, which was on Tuesday, will begin the final week of the regular season as we begin the playoff push. Who's in and who's out? All right, that prediction is going to be up for another 5 minutes, but I think we're going to get this underway. So I'm going to switch back to the mod view and prepare this prediction will remain up until the end of the first inning. So let's get underway. San Antonio, New York. Final stream game of the day. And we begin with the Voyager's Pass. Henry Magic, he's going to start with a line drive that's going to hit the top of the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double. He's picking about 3. And that throw is going to be late. It's a stand-up triple for Henry Magic to start off the game. Azuro Tanaka's coming up now. He's going to get an RBI grounded to give the Void Boys a quick 1-0 lead. Adam Cole Bebe coming up now. It's a little dribbler, but the pitcher takes it all by himself to get the out. Can you take me higher? The runner-up in this year's home run derby is going to strike out. Bottom first we go with Press Duckley Jr. That's hammered. Deep left center. And kiss that baby goodbye for Press Duckley Jr. That did not take long for the Sloths to answer. His 10th home run of the season, and this game is tied. Player to be named later. Up now. Strikes out. Les Scoden. It's a dribbler to short, but easily relayed to first for the second out. Terry Ferguson coming up now. That's going to be past the third baseman for a base hit. That's going to be he was thinking about first, but going to second, but he got told to stop. Gerrymander. Fly ball that's going to get down for a base hit. Ferguson is going to remain at second. Stetson Laramie, the home run leader for the Sloth. And that's going to be a base hit scooted by. Thinking about throwing home, not in time, but they do get the out at third. So it's 2-1 San Antonio going to the top of the second with Man Squatch coming up, who strikes out here. Devontae Moore. Oh, I need to close the prediction. There we go. Closed up as Devontae Moore grounds out. Diego Ramirez. Fly ball to left center, easily tracked there for the out. Bottom second we go. Goro Majima getting a base hit to start us off. Here's the cold hitting Alan Greer who strikes out. Here's Troy Monopolitsky, the 9-hitter, who strikes out. Press Duckley Jr. Can he have a second home run? Nope, it's a ground out that's going to end the inning. Top of the third we go with Kriesbach Kristelhauser, who is a cold hitting hitter, who strikes out. Here's Roman Nicholas, another cold hitter. That's going to be a fly ball to center, but easily tracked there for the out. Henry Magic coming up here. Grounded to second, easily there for the out. Bottom third, we go with player to be named later. Check swing did not go. A 4-pitch walk has been drawn. Dangerous hitter to let on. Check swing didn't go. So they called him a strike, but player to be named later is going to steal second. Scoden, that's going to get past the infield for a base hit. But he's going to get the stop single there. Ferguson takes a called strike free. Gerrymander. Grounded right there, but a double play. That's going to end the inning. Top of the fourth, we go with the hot hitting Azuro Tanaka, who takes a called strike free. Adam Cole Bebe. Swings and misses. Can you take me higher? That's going to be over the infielder's head for a base hit. Man Squatch grounds it right to first, and that's going to end the inning. Bottom fourth, we go with Stetson Laramie, who strikes out. Goro Majima. Fly ball to center. He's going to be tracked down there by Kristelhauser for the out. Alan Greer. That's going to get down. The left fielder couldn't get there in time. Troy Monopolitsky strikes out. That's going to end the inning. Top of the fifth, we go with Devontae Moore, who is going to fly out there to player to be named later. Diego Ramirez. Another fly out. This time it's going to be to Press Duckley Jr. Kriesbach Kristelhauser coming up now. That's going to be easily tracked. Oh! Just couldn't get there. Just drops in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Nicholas. Fly ball to right. That's a little bit deeper, but it's caught there for the out. Bottom fifth with Press Duckley Jr., who hits a little looper ball. The throw just barely gets there in time. Player to be named later. Fly ball to center, easily going to be tracked there for the out. Les Scoden. Hammered. Deep left field. And kiss that baby goodbye for Les Scoden. Makes that 3-1 San Antonio. His 19th home run of the season. Turd Ferguson facing a full count. That's hit well deep center. And a nice diving grab by Kriesbach Kristelhauser to prevent a double there. Top 6 we go of Henry Magic. Strikes out. Israel Tanaka. Also a strikeout victim. Adam Cole Bebe. Hit well. That's going to be over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Dangerous hitter to allow on. But can you take me higher? They are going to send Bebe to second, and the throw's not going to be in time. Can you take me higher? Full count. Fly ball to right. It's going to be tracked down and caught. Bottom 6 we go with Gerrymander, who strikes out. Got a bit of a pitcher's duel here. Laramie. Fly ball easily going to be tracked down there by Magic for the out. Majima. Base hit past the first baseman. Alan Greer. That's going to get down as well. Majima's going to go to third. The throw is not going to be in time. New pitcher, Caitlin Montreal against Troy Monopolitsky. And Caitlin Montreal is going to produce that ground out there. Top 7 we go with Man Squatch. Joshua Homey Free Esquire Limited still in the game. Only allowing 1 earned run. Devontae Moore. That's going to be grounded right to second there in time. Diego Ramirez. That is going to drop for a base hit. Kriesbond Christelhauser. And he's going to allow a 4-pitch walk. The tying run is at third. Nicholas could, if that's hit well, that's going to get the top of the wall. What? Oh, misplayed there. That's going to be a triple. And just like that, Nicholas has a 2-run triple, the 9-hitter to tie this up. Henry Magic. And that's going to give the Void Boys a lead off the top of the wall. Unfortunate. He was pitching a great game until this inning. Azuro Tanaka grounds out. That's going to end the inning, but not before the Void Boys respond with a 3-run top of the 7th. All right, Press Duckley Jr. draws a full count walk. Player to be named later. But first, Duckley's going to end up no throw there. He's going to easily get base steal number 78. Player to be named later is going to ground out to advance Duckley to third. Scoden grounded to the pitcher in time for the out. Turd Ferguson grounded to third in time. So the Voyagers still going to have the lead going into the 8th. Adam Cole Bebe grounds it to first in time. Can you take me higher? Grounds also the third. The throw the first in time. Man Squatch. Strike free. That's 8 innings of work for Joshua Homey Free Esquire Limited. Can the bats at least get him a no decision? Gerrymander grounds it right to shortstop, but the throw is not going to be in time. Stetson Laramie. It's a pass ball. The tying run's at second. Laramie grounds out to the second baseman, but moves Mander to third. Majima grounds it infield into the infield. Pitcher throws him out. Alan Greer. 3-2. Caught there by Magic in left field to prevent a run from score. Top of the 9th, we go with Devontae Moore. New pitcher in. It's William Nil. Right now, Esquire the first. Limited is in line for a loss. Ramirez, base hit. Von Christelhauser strikes out. Nicholas at the 2-run RBI triple at the start of the round. He's going to ground out the first. Last chance for the Sloths. Down 1. Monopolitsky, Duckley Jr., player to be named later coming up. Montreal's still in the game. And Monopolitsky hits a base hit there. The tying run is now at first. Press Duckley Jr. Ground ball. Is this a double play? Yes, it is. Last chance. Player to be named later. Full count. Strikes out. And the New York Voyagers are going to win 4-3. So we got a big bet winner here. The Void Boys get this one. Yeah, a lot of big money here going out. And that is, in fact, our last stream game of the day. Probably the 9-hitter could, I think either the pitcher or the 9-hitters could be player of the game. Montreal the win in relief, Esquire Limited the loss. And despite the loss, Esquire Limited is going to be player of the game. Let's take a look at the remaining scores. Let's save the game. We already saw the Void Boys beat the Sloths. We have Toronto winning 11-6 over the Buffalo Surge. Boise Raptors having a walk-off win over the Outer Banks Aviators. Let's see what the walk-off was. It was a, let's see, a single by Wallach and then a RBI double by Furcal Jr. for that one. Vandals 3-1 winners over Providence. Demons 5-3 winners over the Scorpions. Toros win 17 to, oh no, 17 to nothing. Oof, that's tough. Nashville wins 5-3 despite a right comeback there. Looks like the insurance one was yours truly. Some bum named Bedell Valor III. The Apex win in extras as well to prevent themselves from going down 8 games behind the Stars for the division, winning 2-1 in extras. Bruce City wins 7-5. Kingpins win 5-4. Hep Kitties win 7-4. Florida, despite a late rally by Amarillo, 3 run to the bottom of the knife, not enough to beat Florida. And State College wins 7-5. Okay, let's get these database ones out. Get these box scores out before we do the quick sim, which will be the final games of the day. So let's go world scores. Finished today. And here we are, the final game, which will put us at, we are current, let's see, or here we are this season. We are at 80 games now in the season. There are, after today, there will only be 27 games left in the season to determine which teams are going to the playoffs and which teams are going to have to settle for missing and trying to hit on the draft. All right, here we go. Quick sim for today. It's 8:10, so we're going to quick sim. And here we go with the scores. Voy Boys 7-1 victory over the Sloths. Crabs 8-4 winners over Vancouver. Toronto 10-0 winners over Buffalo. Another walk-off win for the Boise Raptors and extras over the Aviators. Let's take a look at what happened this time. It was a single and Fielder's choice at second for call. It was a single. Let's see, a walk, single, fair, and then a sac fly that ended up winning it. As we take a look here, Indy wins 4-3 over the Rougarou. Detroit wins 4-0 over 4-0 over Death Valley. Cancun wins 9-4. Seattle with the upset win. A big bullpen collapse there by Nashville late. So that division lead is going to be only down to 6 going into after today. Once again, that bad bullpen's coming into costing them some games. Florida wins 10-5. Bruce City wins 4-2. I already showed the graphic once, so all right. I'll just show the graphic again because you lost the bots. Yeah. Don't lose the bots or else you get the graphic. Wheelers win 6-1. And the final game of the day, Swifties win 9-3 over the Lemurs. Okay, let's save. All right, let's go to game settings, database, export data to CSV files. And for the final time for today, let's do our uploads. What is finished today? And we've hit our stopping point, August 11th, the off day. So once this is done, I'm going to hit the save button. So before I do the index upload, I'll do let's save, and I'm going to show the standings going into the final week. Let's start at the majors. Taking a look here, Cancun has been white hot as of late. 8 straight. Let's start with the Champions Conference. Here, Nashville has came in today with only a 3-game lead in that division. Now it's a 6-game lead, getting some much needed separation. Detroit is possibly getting hot, and they're possibly back in the conversation for possibly getting a wild card spot. Lunar Base is falling back down to last in the division. Champions West, not surprised here to say Cancun's been white hot, but the rest of the division has been cold. In that spot, the Apex and Rougarou hold the wildcard spots, with Detroit, Lunar Base, and Death Valley 2 games behind. Seattle's going to have to start winning again if they want to make it in. In the Legends East, it's the Providence Crabs division to lose. They have a 14-game lead. Both them and the Sloths hold a 14-game lead on that division. But the Aviators and Voyagers tied the same record and also occupying the final 2 wildcard spots. With Buffalo 9 games back. Over in the minors, let's take a look at what we have here. Let's switch over to the minors. Coming into the playoff thing, the Hep Kitties come in after today's sim with the best record in the minors with 49 wins. Reminder that the top 6 teams based on record, not by division, end up making the playoffs. So right now the Hep Kitties, Firehawks, Brett Bears, Flamingos, Swifties, all there. But Anchorage and Louisville are tied for the final spot. If everything goes, we would have to go to a game 160. We would have to go to a game 109 to decide who would get into the playoffs. We take a look here at the majors. Providence was the first team to get to 50, followed by Cancun. Cancun was Nashville was the second. Cancun was the third team to get to 50 wins. But the playoffs are a different beast. Providence has struggled to get out of the first round. So let's do the file upload. Commissioner's office. And let's do the upload. So that means let's get our question out. Yeah, you know what time it is. It's Ask the Booth. Do you guys got any questions for me today going into our final week? I already did show the standings going into today. As I'm beginning the slow but sure upload. Okay, Tampa says we're going to the play. No, we're not. We still got another week. We got 4 more sims to go before that. If you're wondering. You're saying which teams could add that? We got another question from Twiggles here. We got a question from Twiggles regarding which teams get that cup. I do think that I definitely believe the division winners are going to hold. I think Nashville ends up winning that division. Nashville and Cancun easily get the division. As for the wild cards, the Apex to me feel like a safe bet to get in because they always seem to manage to find a way to do well despite low TPE. Reminder, they're the defending champions, by the way. For the other one, I think Detroit had too much of a slow start to catch up. The Lunar Base has gotten into a cold streak. I'm gonna say New Orleans, but whoever gets that in 1 seed is probably going to sweep them. The Rougarou are kind of like we're just here to in the playoffs kind of situation. Yeah, that's my opinion. I think Indy and New Orleans will hold on to their spots. But if there's one team that I think could fall out, I would say New Orleans in favor of. I don't think Death Valley gets in. They got a lot of good bats, but the pitching has been a massive problem. Outside of Remy LeBeau. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions for me? Let's take a look. No, looks like there. We got 234 people in this chat. I know some of you got some questions. Ask about me, the league, any of that. Because I already did show the standings earlier. If nobody's going to ask, I'm just going to mute up and wait till the file's done uploading. Slowly but surely upload this file. Yeah, this is the part that takes a while, unfortunately. Right, I did see another question from Twiggles here saying, "Do you have any plans, ideas for your next create?" Not for sure right now. My player's still quite young. I have had some ideas for my next render. Probably like an Uma Musume, if I were to figure out one, would be a good guess for me to do. Yeah, probably. I don't know which Umas are not made yet. Like potentially some ideas for Umas I have, like Gentle Dawn is definitely one I've had in my mind. Uh, Gold Ship is always a common one that I see pop up in. Now there's some cursed Uma picks, like Stolen Love was one that I was considering for a while. You know, the Yandere Uma. Mm-hmm. I know, yeah, I did post the cover athlete winners results, cover athletes in the game day. So if you want to see who won, I put the names down. We will have a banner competition for them soon. I recommend you get involved in trying your luck at making a nice graphic for them. No matter how you do, you will still get a nice payment. But if you win, you also get a good chance for you to be able to pay off your seasonal equipment and not have to worry about it for a couple weeks. Can't say no to that. And for those who are first time seeing a stream of mine, the index uploading part is notoriously slow. Okay, the main upload part is done, which means I'm going to do the finish the upload with the index part now. All right, that completes the today's sim. The index has been updated. I am going to say thank you all for listening in, and we'll be back live on Tuesday. Tuesday with Sleepy. We don't know the time she's going to come on, but it'll be Sleepy on Tuesday, who will be doing the podcast. So until then, on behalf of everybody here at PvE, this is Valorx77 saying thank you for listening, and I'm signing off for the day. Make yourself some good decisions today. Don't do anything stupid. Peace out.